Good afternoon. My name is Zebunissa Berkey, and I'll be moderating the session. We have a very interesting panel today. Our first panelist is Ms. Moni Mohsin. She is a novelist. She's the creator of the really wickedly funny The Social Butterfly. She's based in London, and she's joining us from there today. Then we have Ms. Jahanara, who's the president of the Pakistan Software Houses Association. She's an entrepreneur, a social activist, and also the president of Bolo Bhi, which is a civil society organization that focuses on internet freedom. Then we have Mr. Kashif Nasir, who is an Urdu blogger. He has a 10-year-long blogging career. He's also an IT entrepreneur and social media activist. Then we have the voice of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Mr. Faisal Javed Khan, who has also been an advertising professional, I believe, and he's the central additional information secretary of the PTI. And then we have Mr. Badr Khoshnood, who is an IT expert and entrepreneur. He's the co-founder of Bramers.pk, which is a digital and social media agency, and he has been the former country consultant for both Google and Twitter. Just before we start the session, we'll just quickly have a recap of what today's session was supposed to look at. We've seen in the news a lot of talk about social media, the use of social media, whether it's good or whether there need to be you need some control over how we use social media in Pakistan. I think what would qualify as the bad would be curbs on people's freedom to use any kind of media. Some of the good of social media that I think Jahanara and Kashif might focus on are the business, the entrepreneurship, the social networking that social media offers people. Also, this is a bilingual session. तो जिस ज़ुबान में आप comfortable हैं उस ज़ुबान में हम इस session को conduct करेंगे, both panelists and the speakers. I'll start off with one general question for all the panelists. And I'll start with Moni?
No, that's not fair.
Huh? Okay, no. I'll start with Badr. Sorry, Badr. What do you think is the good, bad, and ugly side of social media? So that because our driving question is, how can we improve the good side of social media?
I think, the challenge is that every technology is like a double-edged sword. So it is up to us as humans how we use it. So आप उसको किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी को अच्छे इस्तेमाल में ले आएं या बुरे में ले आएं, आप एक गाड़ी को सुसाइड कार बना लें या एम्बुलेंस बना लें, ये ह्यूमन चॉइस है. हमारी एजुकेशन लेवल, हमारा मैच्योरिटी, हमारे उस पर डिपेंडेंट है कि हम उसको कैसे यूज़ करते हैं. सो उसके अच्छे इस्तेमाल बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, बिकॉज आप टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से अब आप ग्लोबल विलेज बन गए तो आप नेटवर्किंग कर सकते हैं. बहुत सारे काम, एम्प्लॉयमेंट के जो इश्यूज़ हैं वो टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से बहुत सॉल्व हो गए हैं, जो कि हमने अभी तक पाकिस्तान में अडॉप्ट नहीं किए. बहुत सारे लोग फ्रीलांसिंग कर रहे हैं, बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं, डिजिटल स्पेस में आप कर सकते हैं. सोशल इश्यूज़ कम हो गए हैं, आप अपने फ्रेंड्स फैमिली के साथ कनेक्टेड हैं. सो बेनिफिट्स भी अपनी जगह हैं. चैलेंजेस कुछ इग्नोरेंस की वजह से हैं कि हम लोगों में अभी सबसे बड़ा इशू ये कि एकेडेमिया ने और हमारी सोसाइटी ने जनरली नई टेक्नोलॉजी को कभी भी अडॉप्ट नहीं किया. रादर हमने उसको मिसयूज़ करके उसको बंद करके कोशिश किया कि हम सॉल्व कर लेंगे. और 3 साल यूट्यूब का बैन हम सबके सामने है कि इवेंचुअली खुल गया यूट्यूब. सो बैड वाली साइड भी है, बट उसी यूट्यूब पे लाइव मक्का भी है, लाइव मदीना भी है, हर तरह का कंटेंट है. सो इंटरनेट इज़ एन इंटरेक्टिव मीडियम, डिजिटल इज़ एन इंटरेक्टिव मीडियम. वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ब्रॉडकास्ट मीडिया नहीं है, इट इज़ इंटरेक्टिव. So we need to understand it from that perspective. So good, bad and ugly. The ugliest part is کہ ہم وہاں لیگل کے علاوہ ایتھیکل اور مورل باؤنڈریز کراس کر جاتے ہیں اینڈ وی تھنک کہ ہم ٹریک نہیں ہوں گے. سو ٹیکنالوجی از ویری ویری ٹرانسپیرنٹ. ٹو این ایکسٹینٹ آپ اپنے آپ کو انانیمس رکھ سکتے ہیں بٹ ایونچولی کوئی نہ کوئی ٹریپ چھوڑا جاتا ہے. مگر پاکستان کی لیجسلیشن اور پاکستان کی پالیسیز ان ٹرمز آف جن کو ہم کہتے ہیں میوچل لیگل اسسٹنس ٹریٹیز ہوتی ہیں, بائی لیٹرل ٹریٹیز, وہ ان پلیس نہیں ہیں. اس لیے ہماری گورنمنٹ کو پرابلم ہے in actually implementing the law on the internet. So, but I think all technologies have good, bad and ugly side. It's up to us as humans how we use it. So I think we need to improve our maturity levels کہ ہم نے اس کو کیسے leverage کرنا.
Faisal,
sorry, political side بھی ہے.
Almost, yeah, the same question but on a more seriously the political side, you know, because we've seen اب پولیٹیشینس نے ٹویٹر, آپ کی پارٹی ویسے ہی اس کی بہت لارج پریزنس ہے آئی تھنک ٹویٹر پر, فیس بک پر, مطلب کافی زیادہ اسٹیٹمنٹس وغیرہ سب. واٹس دا گڈ اینڈ واٹس دا بیڈ سائڈ آف دیٹ؟
Well, glad to be here. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, you see, in this information age, the power of social media is that you cannot stop the information. And that is a good thing. And the bad thing is that you cannot stop the information. It has to go. And when it's out and it is read, people believe in it. And at times, even the rebuttal doesn't do much to you. So that really is the ugly side of it. So somebody will come up with a fake news regarding a politician or on any political event or issue. Once it's out, the first thing spreads like anything. The thing comes after that, rebuttal, you keep on giving explanations and all that. That doesn't do much to you, doesn't help you much. So that's why I think social media has that ugly side of it. But as brother was mentioning the family values and everything, you see, sitting on a dining table, 10 members of a family having dinner or lunch together, here we are, we will talk to each other? No. They'll be like, using their Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or posting, here is the new dish that my mom cooked. And one person used to talk and used to tell that Putar mein bhi baithe hain, Dada Jaan. And now I notice that even Dada Jaan has a Facebook account. So and then he will ask you questions that, you see, Hassan Nassar just sent me a friend request. Oh no, Dada, it's fake. Nahi, Hassan Nassar hi oda photo lagya. So it's interesting as well. But family values, you don't talk to each other now. You do not pay attention. Even if somebody is talking to you, you're using phone, you're not completely there. And the other person doesn't like it. It's kind of rude as well. So I would blame social media for that. Too much of it. And there has to be a time within our family when we should be banned for using mobile phones. There should be 3 to 4 hours that we should be restricted. So yeah, there are many disadvantages. But of course, from political angle, I would say that political parties are getting a huge benefit out of it, particularly Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Why? Because all young people, very energetic, enthusiastic. They are on social media, they know tricks, they know everything, they have huge fan following and everything. So for us, it really is a big weapon. And it really helped us, particularly overseas Pakistanis, when we were giving this dharna. I'm not sitting here for 126 days. That's a bad habit. So 126 days we sat there. And the kind of feedback, there were Insaf flights landing in Pakistan from overseas because they were watching us on social media. So, and even in 2013 elections, social media played a vital role. And this time, whenever the elections are going to be held, I do hope soon, because we do hope the Panama verdict is coming up next week. So we do hope that the social media again is going to play a huge role in upcoming elections.
Thank you. Kashif, we were discussing کہ سوشل میڈیا سے جو لٹریچر, جو آپ بات کر رہے تھے ابھی کچھ دیر پہلے کہ اردو لٹریچر اور رائٹنگ وغیرہ کو کافی زیادہ مطلب ایک آپ نے دیکھا کہ ایک امپروومنٹ آئی ہے اور ایٹ لیسٹ ایکسیسیبلٹی ملی ہے لوگوں کو. وہ گڈ سائڈ ہوگی نا میرا خیال ہے سوشل میڈیا کی. تو لیٹس لٹل مور آن دیٹ.
میرے خیال سے صاحب انر نے کہا کہ ہر ٹیکنالوجی کی، اور ٹیکنالوجی کی نہیں بلکہ دنیا میں کوئی بھی چیز ایسی نہیں ہے جس کے اندر خیر اور شر دونوں پہلو نہ ہوں، لیکن چیز یہ ہوتی ہے کہ آپ اس کو کس طرح استعمال کر رہے ہیں. اور سوشل میڈیا ان ٹرمز کے اس کا خیر جو ہے وہ بہت زیادہ ہے اس کے شر کے مقابلے میں. وہ اس طرح سے کہ اس کی امپیکٹس بہت زیادہ ہیں. آپ سوشل میڈیا کے ذریعے ان لوگوں سے مل رہے ہیں جو آپ کے انٹرسٹ کے ہیں. اگر آپ صحافی ہیں تو آپ دنیا بھر کے جرنلسٹ کے ذریعے انٹریکٹ کر رہے ہیں. آپ سائنٹسٹ ہیں تو آپ سائنٹسٹ میں اپنے جو پرٹیکولر فیلڈ ہے اس کے اندر آپ انٹریکشن بہت آسانی سے ہو جاتی ہے. تو اس کے ساتھ پھر جو ہم پاکستان کے اندر دیکھتے ہیں کہ جب ہم ایک ایسے ملک میں رہ رہے ہیں جہاں مین اسٹریم میڈیا کے اوپر بہت زیادہ سینسرشپ ہے اور بہت ساری باتیں کہنے کی آزادی نہیں ہے، تو وہاں آلٹرنیٹیو میڈیا کی ایک اہمیت خود بخود بڑھ جاتی ہے. ہمارے یہاں پھر ہمارا جو مین اسٹریم میڈیا ہے اس کے یہاں جو پرفارمنگ آرٹس ہے، لٹریچر ہے، اس کے حوالے سے بھی بڑی قدغن ہے. بہت سارے لوگ جو ہے وہ اچھا لکھتے ہیں، بہت سارے لوگ اچھا پرفارم کرتے ہیں، لیکن وہ مین اسٹریم میڈیا تک پہنچ نہیں پاتے. اس کی بہت بڑی مثال ہمارے یہاں وائنس کلچر کی ہے جو ہمارے یہاں سب کانٹیننٹ میں جو ہے یورپ سے زیادہ پاپولر ہو چکا ہے. کوئی بھی لڑکا ہے وہ اچھا پرفارم کرتا ہے، وہ ٹی وی پہ نہیں جا پا رہا، ڈرامے میں نہیں جا پا رہا، یا کامیڈی کے حوالے سے نہیں جا پا رہا، لیکن اگر وہ اپنا ایک 2 دوست 3 دوست مل کے ایک ویڈیو بناتے ہیں دیٹ گیٹس وائرل. آپ 3 ایڈیٹس ہے، کراچی وائنس ہیں، یہ اچھا کام کر رہے ہیں یہ لڑکے، لیکن یہ سوشل میڈیا کے ذریعے ہم سب جانتے ہیں ان کو. اسی طرح لٹریچر سائٹ کے اوپر ہے کہ میں یہاں شروع کروں گا. ایک بلاگر ہوا کرتی تھیں انیکا ناز. شی واز ڈائیڈ 3 to 4 years ago. انہوں نے بیسکلی ان کا بھی مرڈر ہوا تھا. اینی ہاؤ تو انہوں نے جنگ اخبار کو اور کچھ اور اخبار کو، ایکسپریس کو، دیگر کو اپنی کچھ تحریریں بھیجیں. اٹ واز لٹریچر پیس، افسانے وغیرہ تھے. وہ مستقل مسترد ہوتے رہے. پھر کسی نے کہا کہ یار آپ بلاگ بنائیں، اور انہیں نہیں پتہ تھا. شی واز اے سائنٹسٹ، PhD ان کیمسٹری. انہوں نے پوچھا لوگوں سے، اور اس وقت 2003 میں انٹرنیٹ پہ اردو لکھنا کوئی اتنی آسان چیز بھی نہیں تھی، لیکن انہوں نے اسٹارٹ کیا، اور اس کے بعد شی گاٹ پاپولر، اور ان کی تحریروں کو لوگوں نے پسند کیا. اس کے بعد اور بھی بہت سارے لوگ ہیں، عمر بنگش ہیں، اس کے علاوہ بھی 3-4 اور لوگ ہیں جو سوشل میڈیا کے ذریعے انہوں نے لٹریچر میں اپنی جگہ بنائی ہے. شاعری میں بھی بہت زیادہ لوگ ہیں جو لٹریچر میں ابھی کراچی میں پچھلے دنوں ایک مشاعرہ ہو رہا تھا، بلکہ آج ہی پلان ہے وہ، آج رات میں کراچی میں، اور اس کے اندر کوئی 12 سے 13 شاعر ہیں، اور وہ سارے کے سارے شاعر نئے ہیں. دے آر اراؤنڈ 20 to 30 ایئرز، 20 سے 30 سال کے ہیں، اور وہ سارے سوشل میڈیا بیسڈ شاعر ہیں. تو یہ ایک گڈ سائڈ ہے میرے خیال سے سوشل میڈیا کی.
تھینک یو. Jenna,
Okay.
how do we improve the...
So, I have been using social media since the very beginning, and I am a social media junkie, at least that's what everyone tells me. But I can control how much time I spend on it, and I use it for my own ends. So I like to build community using social media. So a lot of the people on all of my social media pages are young people that I want to interact with, because I am trying to create programs that will help them. I have a lot of young entrepreneurs on my page. I have a lot of people who are just interested in what the IT sector is doing and where it's going. And sometimes they disagree with what I'm saying, and that's okay. I'm fine with anyone disagreeing with me on social media as long as there's a certain decorum, there is courtesy in the statements that they issue. The minute that they start becoming rude with either me or any person who is on my social media page, then I have the freedom to block them. because I don't think that whether it's in person or on social media, you should let go of the decorum that we human beings have learned that we should treat each other with, right? So I think that also comes from your upbringing, whether it's your education, whether it's your family, whether it's the people that you hang out with. These things are important in real life, and they're important on social media. Other good things, I mean, all of us have seen when there was an earthquake, when there were floods, when there are any disasters, the social media comes to life in a major way. The amount of energy, people sort of getting together, trying to raise money, trying to raise an awareness of what relief goods are required, and making sure that they help each other to come up with the kind of funds and the kind of relief that's required and get it to the people who need them. So sometimes, if we didn't have social media in which we could communicate so easily, maybe there would be a large amount of drugs or medicines that were not needed at a relief site. But here we determine what is needed, where it's needed, and we make sure that it gets to them in time. So I think the good far exceeds the bad. I recognize there is a lot of bad on social media, a lot of ugly things happening, but I think it's up to us to try and control that by saying so, that look, this is not acceptable. And I think that will make it better. In real life too, you come across a lot of ugly people who will say a lot of things that you don't like. And you tell them, listen, this is not acceptable, I will have nothing to do with you. I know it's a lot easier because you're behind a screen and maybe you think you can get away with it, and sometimes people do. But I think it's up to us, whether as parents, whether as grown-ups, whether as peers, whether as teachers, it's up to tell young people as well as older people, some older people are also guilty of this, that look, this is not acceptable on social media. So I think, it's something, it's just like Badr said and what Faisal also reiterated, that it's not the technology, it's the people, and the people have to learn how to use it. I don't agree with the notion that this should be banned or that should be banned. Nothing should be banned. I am dead against anything being banned, whether it is the amount of time you spend on social media. I think it's education. It's awareness that, look, this is not right. Why don't you put your phone aside or your tablet aside when you're with the family or when you're with friends? After all, we're on the panel. None of us have our phones out other than Zebun Nisa, who's reading something on her phone. The rest of us are sort of talking to each other and looking at the audience, right? So I think we can do it. If we try, we can do it.
Thank you. I'm going to change the question a little bit. Do you think the fact that social media doesn't have the same levels, at least we feel that doesn't have the same levels of accountability as traditional mainstream media does, is that an asset for social media? Is that a liability? If we're assuming that social media and the mainstream media in some sort of competition.
I think it depends on whether you are doling out the abuse or whether you're on the receiving end of the abuse, whether you think it's a great thing or whether it's a bad thing. But apart from, before you asked me this question, I was thinking of what I'm going to say in answer to, because everybody had said everything and I was feeling resentful that I had nothing left to say. But I think the problem with social media, as everybody said already, is how you use it. And before I answer your question, I just want to say one thing which I think the others have not really touched upon, is that I'm a writer. I write books. I use social media. I got into social media only because when I was publishing my second novel in the UK, तो मेरी मीटिंग हुई मेरी पब्लिसिस्ट के साथ, तो उसने मुझे बिठा के कहा कि अच्छा देखो अब जो मेरी पहली किताब थी वो 2006 में निकली थी यूके में, और जो दूसरी किताब थी वो मेरा ख्याल है 2012 में निकली थी. तो उन्होंने मुझे बिठाया और उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि देखो तुम्हारी हमने पब्लिसिटी करनी है, तो तुम हमको बताओ कि میرا خیال تھا وہ بات کرے گی تمہیں لٹریری فیسٹیول پہ بھیجیں گے, تمہیں یہاں پہ لکھنا ہے, اس میگزین کے لیے لکھنا ہے, تمہارا انٹرویو اس اخبار کے ساتھ ہے, تمہارے لیے ہم نے ریڈیو میں ایک یہ سلاٹ ڈھونڈا ہے. اس نے مجھے کہا تم مجھے پہلے سب سے پہلے یہ بتاؤ کہ جو یہ پہلے جو سوال میں آپ سے ابھی بیان کر رہی تھی وہ مجھے 2006 میں میری پبلسسٹ نے پوچھا تھا. جب 2012 میں میری دوسری کتاب نکلی تو اس نے مجھے سب سے پہلے بٹھا کے کہا تم مجھے بتاؤ کہ تم ٹویٹر پہ ہو, تم بلاگ کرتی ہو, تم فیس بک پہ ہو. تو میں نے کہا نہیں میں تو یہ کچھ بھی نہیں کرتی. تو کہتی کیوں نہیں کرتی؟ میں نے کہا کہ میں یہ کروں تو میں لکھوں گی کب, کہ اس دن صبح کو میں بیٹھوں اور سب سے پہلے میں ٹویٹ کروں, اس کے بعد میں فیس بک پہ جاؤں, اس کے بعد میں بلاگ لکھوں, رات تک میں بالکل بے ہوش ہو جاؤں گی. تو اور دوسری بات کہ کہنے کو کیا رہے گا, اگر میں بولتی گئی تو میرے پاس کہنے کو کیا رہے گا. تو اس نے مجھے کہا کہ دیکھو یہ بہت مشکل ہے, تمہیں کچھ نہ کچھ کرنا پڑے گا کیونکہ ہم تو تمہاری ساری پبلسٹی نہیں کر سکتے, تمہیں اپنی خود پبلسٹی کرنی ہوگی, اور یہ طریقے ہیں سوشل میڈیا پہ پبلسٹی کرنے کے, تو تم کسی نہ کسی چیز پہ چڑھ جاؤ. تو میں نے کہا یہ تو اتنی تیز گاڑیاں پھر رہی, میں کیسے چڑھوں؟ اس نے کہا دیکھو میں تمہارے لیے میں آپ کو ایک سے پہلے بات بتا دوں, یہاں پہ ایک شخص موجود ہیں اس آڈینس میں جنہوں نے مجھے بہت پہلے کمپیوٹرز کا ذکر کیا تھا, اور وہ ہیں زیک. اور میں نے ان کو بالکل اگنور کیا. میں نے کہا ان کو کیا پتہ, یہ تو کتنے سالوں سے قلم سے لوگ لکھتے آئے ہیں, میں بھی قلم سے لکھتی چلوں گی, اور آج میں پچھتا رہی ہوں. اینی وے, تو جب انہوں نے مجھے کہا کہ آپ کوئی نہ کوئی ذریعہ اختیار کریں پلیز, تو پھر میں نے دیکھا اور میں نے کہا دیکھو ٹویٹر سب سے بہتر ہے کیونکہ اس میں صرف چھوٹے چھوٹے جملے لکھنے پڑتے ہیں. تو وہ فیس بک جو ہے اس میں مجھے اپنی کہانی زندگی کی بتانی پڑے گی, اور یہ جو ہے بلاگ اس میں تو پھر میں اسی کو اپنی کتاب بنا لوں نہیں تو میں نے پھر ٹویٹر اختیار کیا, اور میں بہت کم ٹویٹ کرتی ہوں لیکن میں اس کو چیک ضرور کرتی ہوں. لیکن جو میں آپ سے کہنا چاہتی ہوں وہ یہ ہے کہ میرے بہت سے ایسے دوست تھے جو جرنلسٹ تھے میرے ساتھ, اب میں جب ان سے بات کرتی ہوں اور میں ان سے پوچھتی ہوں کہ تم نے کیا پڑھا, وہ کہتے ہیں ہم نے پڑھنا چھوڑ دیا, اب ہم صرف فیس بک پہ پڑھتے ہیں اور ہم ٹویٹ کرتے ہیں اور ہم لوگوں کی ٹویٹ فیڈز پڑھتے ہیں, اور یا کبھی کبھی 1-2 بلاگس پڑھتے ہیں, پر بلاگس تھوڑے پڑھتے ہیں اور چھوٹی چھوٹی چیزیں زیادہ پڑھتے ہیں. اور وہ کہتے ہیں کہ ہمارا جو دھیان ہے وہ ختم ہو گیا ہے, کنسنٹریشن ختم ہو گئی ہے. مجھے پتہ ہے کہ میں یہ صرف سوشل میڈیا کی وجہ نہیں ہے, لیکن مجھے کوئی 1000 ٹیلی فون نمبر یاد ہوتے تھے, اب مجھے ایک بھی یاد نہیں ہے. میری یادداشت بالکل ختم ہوتی جا رہی ہے, میں کنسنٹریشن کے میرے پرابلمز ہو گئے ہیں, میں زیادہ دیر اب زیادہ کنسنٹریٹ نہیں کر سکتی. لیکن میں نے دیکھا کہ کوئی 2 سال ہوئے ہیں میں نے پڑھنا چھوڑ دیا تھا, تو میں نے پھر یہ اپنا جو تھوڑی بہت ٹویٹنگ کرتی تھی اس کو تو میں نے بالکل بند ہی کر دیا, کیونکہ میں نے سوچا کہ اگر میں یہ کرتی رہوں گی تو میرے سے لکھا نہیں جائے گا, اور میرے لیے وہ زیادہ ضروری تھا. تو دا لیک آف, کسی نے یہاں پہ کہا یو آر ناٹ پریزنٹ, یو آر ناٹ پریزنٹ ان مینی ویز وین یو آر ڈوئنگ when you are, I think, addicted to social media, that's the word I have to use. You are also not present when you are looking at things. You are not aware of who has written this, why they have written this, what is their agenda. Anonymity جو ہے فیس بک پہ یا اس پہ ٹویٹر پہ خاص طور پہ, this is a very, very dangerous thing because you don't know who you are being manipulated by and to what purpose. And I think, سب نے کہا کہ it is your responsibility to behave well on social media. I agree 100%. It is your own responsibility. But I think it is also your responsibility to inform yourself, to educate yourself, not just in how to use it, but why am I being told this and to what purpose?
Before you move on, I think Moni, she mentioned some fantastic things. And one thing that I picked from her discussion is that the approach towards social media, and particularly the book reading, is dying. Why? Because you go for selective sort of information. You'll Google one thing, you'll get to the point, you'll grasp that information, and that is about it. Whereas the book reading used to give you the holistic approach towards something.
No, and also
that's
it leads
really,
you from one thing to another.
Yes, exactly. So that, of course, that focuses out, and that really is an ugly side of it. Let's talk about good sides as well. But I completely agree with you that you go for that selective sort of information, whereas the holistic approach is really not there.
सिर्फ एक sorry
Yeah, I'll just, if anyone has a response to that, and after that we'll sort of move on.
So to add to both of them, so what is happening is कि content consumption बढ़ गई है, but content consumption patterns change हो गए हैं. So eventually the objective of reading is to consume information, which should be converted into knowledge and finally converted into wisdom. So information consumption के tools change हो गए हैं. पहले आप newspaper और books पे करते थे, वही चीज़ अब e-books में और digital format में आ गई है. I know a lot would agree, फैसल अभी बोलने लगे हैं, मगर I'm just saying कि generally speaking हुआ ये कि content consumption बढ़ गई है, content production भी बढ़ गई है और personalized हो गई है. So you get your Twitter feeds and your Facebook feeds based on your previous history of likes, dislikes and tweets and retweets. So everything is getting very personalized. So things are changing. The challenge is you just can't stop it. I think the important thing is जैसे आपने भी बात की कि you need to understand कि मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ, मुझे क्या करना है और मुझे अपने आप को कहाँ सैनिटाइज करना है, कहाँ जाकर मुझे इसको स्टॉप करना है या सैनिटाइज करके अपने टाइम को कहीं और स्पेंड करना है या बेहतर स्पेंड करना है. बट द पैटर्न्स, मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि कंटेंट कंजम्पशन हैज इंक्रीज्ड बट द पैटर्न्स हैव चेंज्ड. इट्स सो वेदर इट्स बुक्स और मैगजीन्स और न्यूज़पेपर्स और फेसबुक पोस्ट्स और ट्वीट्स और ब्लॉग्स, पीपल आर स्टिल कंज्यूमिंग मोर कंटेंट.
Kashi.
मेरा भी मैं इसमें ये कहूँगा कि ये बिल्कुल हो रहा है कि आप डिट्रैक्ट कर रहे हो. आप ये भी हो रहा है कि आप सोशल मीडिया की वजह से आप अभी कुछ देर पहले, मैं कल की बात है अभी नहीं, मैं यहाँ से सीढ़ी से कुछ ख़वातीन उतर रही थी और वो गिरते गिरते बची क्योंकि वो मोबाइल अपना देख रही थी साथ में. तो ये चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा हो रही है. सेल्फ़ी लेते हुए जो है वो अमवात हो रही हैं, ख़तरनाक जगहों पे सेल्फ़ी ली जा रही है. लेकिन मेरे ख़्याल से ये है कि फिर इसको आप वही वाली बात है कि इसको आप बंद तो नहीं कर सकते. तो इसको आपको अवेयरनेस इसके हवाले से करनी होगी. स्कूल लेवल पे भी अवेयरनेस होगी इसकी. स्कूल लेवल के अलावा जो हमारे दीगर जो मतलब स्कूल के अलावा जो मदारिस हैं, जिनका एक बहुत बड़ा 8-10 लाख जो है बच्चा निकल रहा है वहाँ से हर साल, और वो उर्दू लिखता है और बहुत ज़्यादा उर्दू लिखता है, उनको उर्दू लिखना अच्छी आती है. वो सोशल मीडिया पे आ रहा है स्मार्टफोन की वजह से, और इतनी ज़्यादा तादाद में वो आ रहा है, तो उनके लिए भी अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए कि अब तो बहुत मुश्किल काम है लेकिन उनके लिए भी अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए. फिर दूसरा ये बात भी है कि आज से 10-20 साल पहले लोग पढ़ते ज़्यादा थे, लिखते कम थे. आज लिखते ज़्यादा हैं, पढ़ते कम हैं. ये वाला मामला भी है. लेकिन अगली साइड है, बैड साइड है, लेकिन साथ साथ जो गुड साइड हैं वो इतनी ज़्यादा हैं कि वो उनको ओवरकम कर देती हैं.
अच्छा, आई जस्ट वांट टू ऐड अ लिटिल बिट. उसमें ये है कि देयर आर पीपल हु आर रीडिंग, देयर आर पीपल हु नेवर रेड एंड विल नेवर रीड. इसलिए वो ट्विटर और छोटी छोटी चीज़ें कंज्यूम करने में वो ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड हैं बिकॉज दे हैव नेवर रेड. कुछ चीज़ें जो हैं ऑन द इंटरनेट एज वेल एज सोशल मीडिया ईजियर टू कंज्यूम एंड कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर ईजियर टू डिलीवर. तो आपके अगर फिज़िक्स या केमिस्ट्री के एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हैं, सो इफ़ यू हैव ई बुक्स वेयर यू हैव लिंक्स, वेयर यू हैव एनिमेशंस और वीडियोज़, इट्स ईजियर टू एब्जॉर्ब अ कॉन्सेप्ट. But if it's the case of a novel, I would always prefer to read it, have a book in my hand, right? There are also blogs where people are talking about the books. They're putting up reviews and saying, I read this book, go and read it. Here's a link to where you can buy it. So I don't think, yes, there might be a decrease because people's attention spans, due to all the noise around them, and that's not just social media, that's everything, is preventing them from focusing on things. But I think the people who enjoy reading will continue to enjoy reading, and there are so many good authors, new authors who are coming out, and some very old authors that people are still reading. People are trying to put up, I just had a conversation with someone over lunch who said, I'm trying to put up all the old Urdu poetry online, and I'm finding it difficult because of the non-availability of scripts, and I want to put in hyperlinks so that there can be something that they can relate to other than just reading the poetry. So I think, it really depends. It's up to us to make sure that we let people know that there are books available, that there are, these blogs available where they can read. There's also a website called Goodreads where I often see a lot of my friends and people that I
Reviews.
know who are talking about, listen, I read this book, this is really great. Business books, yes, I will read on my iPad because I can go to one book or the next, and when I'm traveling, I don't have to carry a dozen books together. So that's what I wanted to add.
Before we open the floor for, I have just one last question, and anyone can answer this. Do you think social media will end up replacing mainstream media in some, for news, sort of news-based mainstream media?
I would like to answer this, and you can.
Yeah.
Yes, answer is yes. Why? It has already replaced. You're sitting in front of TV, you're not watching TV. You are watching your phone and using Facebook. And for us, especially these talk shows, political talk shows, people don't watch it at 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. They might watch it afterwards. The websites, they put all those recordings, and particularly overseas Pakistanis, because of the time zone and everything, so they watch it on social media. So somehow, social media has sort of already replaced all these talk shows or TV dramas or film or any content that is there on TV is available on social media. And with this WhatsApp thing, a lot of sharing is happening. And 2-minute, 3-minute clip that people don't have much time. They have other things in life to do as well. So what they do is they prefer watching shorter clips. So in that way, yes, it is challenging TV, it is challenging mainstream media, and somehow I find it that it is gradually sort of replacing the mainstream media.
I think also in the context of fake news and WhatsApp, you mentioned पिछले दिनों लाहौर में जो ये incidents हुए थे, उसके बाद WhatsApp पे बहुत ज़्यादा news आई थी सबके पास, और वो news it turned out to be completely fake, and I think we've all received those WhatsApp messages. And Twitter पर भी obviously ये सब कुछ. So because there's no editorial control in social media, how do you think? Do you think that the role of the journalist? I mean, I'll be out of a job very soon, or
I think just like Faisal ne kaha, I believe it won't replace per se, but I think again trends have changed. So आपका TV भी अब smart TV हो गया. Newspaper exist करें, but digitally भी available हैं. So आप वहाँ भी कंज्यूम करें. So एक प्रिंट में ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ 24 घंटे से पहले नहीं आ सकती, जबकि उन्हीं के ई वर्जन में जल्दी आ जाती है, उसी वक्त आ जाती है. So I think again content consumption patterns have changed, and जो अभी बात की उन्होंने कि वो democratization of content creation भी हो गया. पहले 4 एडिटर थे और हुकूमत को कू करने के लिए बड़ी आसानी होती थी, उन 4 को बंद किया और PTV पे आके स्टेटमेंट दी और कंट्री कंट्रोल में आ गई. अब मसला है कितनों को बंद करेंगे. अभी 5 को किया, 4 निकल आए, दे कांट. हाँ, उसकी अगली साइड ये है कि कुछ लोग उसको यूज़ करते हैं और मिस यूज़ करते हैं और गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करते हैं, बट इवेंचुअली वो सब ट्रैक डाउन हो जाएंगे. और मतलब जो मिस यूज़ करें आपको उनको पकड़ सकते हैं अगर विल टू डू हो. द प्रॉब्लम है इसके बहुत सारे गलत करने वाले भी वही हैं जो पकड़ने वाले हैं, तो वो जब तक वो खुद ठीक नहीं होंगे वो उनको पकड़ेंगे नहीं. सो आई थिंक डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन ऑफ कंटेंट and different tools have changed the patterns, but content remains the same. News लोगों को फिर भी चाहिए, entertainment फिर भी चाहिए. So you just need to be present on different platforms with different tools. And एक और चीज़ जो ये consumption patterns में time spent जो हम बात करें वो बहुत छोटा हो गया है. वो by the way खाली इसमें नहीं हुआ, आप क्रिकेट भी देख लें, वो टेस्ट से हम वनडे पे आए, अब T20 पे आ गए हैं. So ये हर जगह ही हो रहा है, स्पोर्ट्स में भी यही हो रहा है, ये हर जगह यही हो रहा है. People are now have shorter spans of concentration, so you need to focus and because eventually हर किसी ने business case बनाना है. So अगर उनको audience चाहिए जिसको हम कहते हैं ratings, तो फिर उनको उसके हिसाब से वो भी serve करना है. So it's a kind of a formula of different factors which go together.
So I don't think that journalists will be out of a job.
Absolutely not.
I think that as Badr also pointed out, the patterns of consumption are changing, so that means that most of the mainstream media is now online as well. So journalists are having to change the way in which they report news. So it's not just the written word, it's now also short videos that they need to include. It also links to perhaps background material, so that the news is becoming much more informative. And then there are new people who never had the chance to write or talk about or discuss subjects that were of importance to them, whether it's in the political sphere, whether it's about civil society issues, anything like that. So there are new content producers who are creating content that they feel very strongly about, and then there are the professionals who are still putting out well-researched pieces. Some of the independents, some of the people who are writing on subjects they're very passionate about, are also doing a lot of research because they really care about it. So whether it's people who are talking about climate change, whether they're talking about policies that the government comes out with, whether it's people who are talking about the government's inability to deliver things that they think citizens need. So I think the mainstream media will not be reduced, will not be replaced, but they will have to keep reinventing themselves, just like corporations are having to reinvent themselves.
Sort of like integration. Yeah.
बल्कि सॉरी एक्चुअली बहुत स्पेस बढ़ गई है जर्नलिस्ट के लिए. सो कुछ कन्वेंशनल जर्नलिस्ट तो प्रेस क्लब रिकग्नाइज करता है, APNS रिकग्नाइज करता है, बट काशिफ जैसे जर्नलिस्ट को कोई सर्टिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई रिकग्निशन की जरूरत नहीं, बिकॉज इनकी एक ही रिकग्निशन है, ट्रैफिक. सो इफ दे गेट ट्रैफिक, इफ दे गेट अटेंशन, इफ देयर ब्लॉग्स बिकम पॉपुलर, they are naturally everyone is actually now a journalist because आपकी हर content is public. So eventually actually journalism is now much wider than the conventional journalism. So and everyone has the economic opportunity as well there to monetize it further. So I think journalism is now much broader but is more competitive as well because now there are no boundaries.
Well, broader and wider terms are used for, probably replacement is another term, wider, broader. I agree with you, but
evolution
somehow this is
A
replacement.
little bit of a change,
Yeah.
right? Do you have any?
I would like to reiterate a point I made earlier. Democratization of content is very important. It's wonderful that people can have a say. Doesn't mean that everybody should say. Sometimes you should keep your mouth shut as well. It is important. It is important for yourself. It is important for other people. It is important for your own. It is important for your own self-respect and for your dignity and the self-respect and dignity of other people as well. However, you're talking about, is it going to replace journalism? I read most of my newspapers now online. I consume whatever I want in terms of information online. I've given myself an hour in the day to do that. I try not to do more than that because it takes over my life then. But I have to say that when I want to really find out about something, I still go to a website that I respect and I know, where people are not afraid to put down their names and say who they are, because it is important for me to know who is penning this and why. It is absolutely crucial for me because I do not like to be manipulated. The important thing about newspapers is you have a byline, you have a person, you have somebody who has a history, who has known, whether it is Fox News or whether it is The Guardian or whether it is ARY News, you know what these people's backgrounds are, and it is important to know those. Finally, I will say that, as a writer of books, I also read a lot of books, and when I'm reading, kyunki I still buy physical books, and I spend, usually a book is 300, 400 pages long, you invest time in it. So before I do that, time and money, and before I do that, I want to know whether a book is good or not. I do look at Goodreads occasionally, but the people whose opinions I respect are journalists who I know have read a lot and who can give me a real sense of where I should be channeling my interests as a reader and my time and money as a reader. Because a lot of readers are like me. They are people who are not necessarily, authorities on their subjects.
Shall we
open
the floor for questions?
सबसे पूछ लें कि किसने आज सुबह प्रिंट अखबार पढ़ा था? किसने अगर हाथ खड़ा कर सकें किसने आज प्रिंट अखबार पढ़ा?
मैंने तो वैसे पढ़ा था.
So
Yeah, all
और वो एडवर्टाइजिंग में या मीडिया में काम नहीं करता है.
नहीं, उनका सोशल मीडिया पे अकाउंट नहीं है.
So you can see कि कितनी रिप्लेसमेंट है digital versus conventional.
Yes.
I think let's open for questions. Mike. First lady. short question.
Is it for the questions or should I share my own experience?
Just questions. Just questions.
Okay,
Sorry,
I
just-
want to know that in the social media, everything is good about it. But what do you think about this check-ins and putting up the pictures of the food and wherever we go? What does it show about the personality?
I think this is on sharing a lot
ये जहाँ कह रही
of
हैं, मैं सब कुछ
information.
डालती हूँ, ये यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, मैं भी
Jahanara?
जवाब दे रहा हूँ।
So check-ins I don't do, but I am guilty of letting people know what I've done, where I'm going, and my personal privacy expert here is always on my case that you should be more careful about your privacy and your safety. Putting up pictures of food, people I know, selfies, I'm guilty of that as well. I think there's no harm in it as long as your privacy settings are set to your friends or people that are within your family. I'm guilty of making it public because they're harmless. The ones that I put up are harmless. If I put up food pictures, food that I enjoy, I find my community enjoys it. My community wants to know what I'm doing, where I am, what I've been up to, and I don't think there's any harm in it. But yes, younger people, they should be very, very careful about how much they reveal on social media, what they put up, because it's never going to go away. So it could affect the rest of their lives, it could affect their reputation, it could result in harassment online. These are ugly sides of social media. There are privacy settings, I would suggest, especially school teachers, parents. Parents, it's more difficult. I think the kids probably know the privacy settings more than the parents do. But I think this discussion should happen, and these things people should be careful about. But yeah, I mean, we all, you remember the days when people went on holiday and came back and showed their family movies to everybody, and everybody said, oh God, I wish I could go. What I do is...
oh God, let them close this, please.
those were very boring. When I travel, I put up a lot of pictures of the places I go to, because my community, I know many young people who have not yet had the opportunity to travel are interested. They want to know if I've visited a museum, they want to know if I've visited an incubation center or a tech place that they are excited about. So it's okay. I mean, I think it should be all balanced. I'm not a balanced person, so I do everything online that I possibly can, but most people are. They're very responsible, they're very careful about what they place out there, and I don't think any of us should be the judge. But yes, for younger people, I think it's parents, it's older siblings, it's teachers who should make sure that they tell them of the risks that are involved.
I can quickly take. I think जिस तरह भी जहाँ ने कहा, context बड़ा important है. For example, अगर एक family में पहली दफ़ा कोई बाहर गया है, तो वो सारी family wait करती है कि वो updates दे, और अब उनको पता है technology में ये facility है, so context different है. But अगर इसी तरह किसी को पहले ही challenge है कि उसकी privacy का, लोग उसको तंग कर रहे हैं किसी वजह से, या stalk कर रहे हैं कुछ है, और वो फिर भी बार-बार वही काम कर रहे हैं, तो then of course you're asking for it as well. I think ये context हर किसी का different है. मगर जिस तरह मैं नहीं डालता, so मैं और जहाँ we are good friends, जहाँ काफ़ी कुछ डालती हैं, मैं उनके लिए सेल्फी ले लेता हूँ, बट मैं खुद नहीं कभी डालता तस्वीर. तो it varies person to person, and nothing is good or bad. It is, everyone is different. Everyone has different priorities at different stages of their life. So everyone is, if someone is excited and he wants to share with their friend कि मैं graduate कर गया और मैं इस university में, I think that's good. It's their choice. But again, I think the most important thing is कि आपने जिस social media पे वो डाला है, you should be aware of your choice कि मैंने क्या privacy settings रखी हुई हैं, कौन like कर रहा है, कौन जिसको मैं नहीं जानता उसको मेरे friend add करना है, नहीं करना. I think these are fundamental things you need to have in place. The rest is at your convenience as and when you need.
और कुछ लोग private albums बना लेते हैं सिर्फ family के लिए, जो वो सिर्फ family से share कर रहे होते हैं.
Actually, I'd like to say one thing here. मैं कुछ अर्सा पहले मैं Facebook पे मेरी नीस ने मुझे कहा कि आप ज़रूर इसमें ज़रा एक्टिव हो जाएं, आपके लिए ज़रूरी है एज अ राइटर वगैरह. तो मैंने उसके बाद फेसबुक पे देखना शुरू किया, और मैं अपने सिर्फ आर्टिकल्स लिखती हूँ, अपनी ज़िंदगी के बारे में किसी को नहीं بتاتی. ایک تو میرا خیال ہے لوگوں کے لیے بورنگ ہوتا ہے سننا کہ میں یہ آج میں نے یہ کھایا اور میں نے اس وقت کھایا اور میں نے اتنا کھایا اور اتنی کیلریز تھیں اور یہ والی میں نے اوائڈ کیا کیونکہ اس سے مجھے ذرا میری پیٹ میں درد ہوتی ہے اور یہ بٹ اس کے علاوہ میں جب فیس بک پہ گئی تو میں نے ایک عجیب چیز دیکھی, تصویر میں نے دیکھی اینڈ آئی واز شاکڈ. میری ایک سہیلی ہے جس کو میں میرے ساتھ یونیورسٹی میں تھی, وہ اب رہتی ہے سویڈن میں, اس سے مجھے ملاقات کی بہت سال ہو گئے ہیں. میں اس کو ملی نہیں, میرا خیال ہے کوئی 15 سال ہو گئے ہیں. اینی وے, تو اس کی تصویر تھی, وہ ایک پلنگ پہ لیٹی ہوئی تھی اور اس کے بازو میں ایک نیڈل تھی اور اس پہ لکھا ہوا تھا مائی فرسٹ ڈے آف کیمو تھراپی. And it was the first picture of its kind that I had seen on Facebook in the whole year that I had been on Facebook. اور وہ جو تصویر تھی, it was shocking to me for 2 reasons. One, I didn't know she had cancer, and 2, because nobody puts anything of themselves suffering, or people put their resentments and their anger, but they never talk about their shame, they never talk about their pain, they never talk about their suffering. Because we are all supposed to be happy, shiny people who've just been shopping, who've just had a lovely meal, who've just traveled to the most exotic place in the world. And as somebody said, don't worry about your friends on Facebook because they're all leading fabulous lives. It creates a sense of inadequacy, I think, in people who are viewing it. I know that all of us know that this is not reality. All of us know that this is an edited version of a life. But still, for young people, for impressionable people, it can create a sense of inadequacy, as I said. That's it. Sorry.
Sorry, just one person before you and then.
Okay, sure. Thank you. My question is that we are in a state of transition. We are moving from real life to the virtual life, and that's mainly due to the excess use of social media. So we are getting disturbed by social media. That's mainly due to that we can't manage ourselves. We can't manage our emotions. Okay, we are misusing our emotions. So what are your suggestions for us as educators that how can we educate our students to right use of social media? Thank you. And how can we manage ourselves? How we can avoid misuse of our emotions from social media? Thank you so much.
Well, misuse of emotions. That's a new thing that I'm hearing. It is not restricted to social media only. It is, you can apply this thing in general as well in your life, that don't misuse your emotions. But do share those little joys of your life, those little moments you want to share. Nothing bad in that. Emotionally, what you feel, it is you who needs to decide whether you want to share it with your peers, you want to share it with more people, or you don't want to share it at all. It's to do with your personality, it's to do the way you think. But how social media sort of can educate you on this, Badr will answer.
I think एक चीज़ हमें रियलाइज करने की ज़रूरत है कि ऑनलाइन पे एथिक्स, मॉरल्स, लॉज वही हैं जो ऑफलाइन पे हैं. सो वो चीज़ें चेंज नहीं हुई हैं. जो हमारी डेली लाइफ है, जो रूटीन है, या वो वही रहनी चाहिए. हाँ, उसको यूज़ कैसे करना है, बेहतर कैसे यूज़ करना है, या उसको मिस यूज़ कैसे नहीं करना है, समथिंग. कुछ उसमें नए फीचर्स हैं, नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं जो कन्वेंशनल मीडिया में नहीं थी. आई थिंक द मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन के एज फैकल्टी मेम्बर्स, और क्योंकि हमारी जो जनरेशन है, हम डिजिटल इमिग्रेंट्स हैं, हम नेटिव नहीं हैं. सो जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन ऑफ हमारी जो आ रही है, anyone who's born after 1980s are generally natives. They are digital natives. तो उन लोगों के कुछ चीज़ें हमें वो अच्छी नहीं लगती, but that's part of their generation. We need to accept it. Number one, I think we don't accept the change in Pakistan or in general as well. So I think change is not death, it is the fear of change which is the death. So we need to accept that change, कि कुछ चीज़ें लोग हमसे different करेंगे next generation. Second ये कि I think we can't teach them. We can only help them curate कि दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है और ये कौन से sources हैं जहाँ से आप इसको बेहतर सीख सकते हैं. So Facebook मुझे भी पूरा नहीं आता, आपको भी पूरा नहीं आता, किसी को पूरा नहीं आता, वो उसकी help एक अलबत्ता पूरी पड़ी है. So वो आपको बता सकती है कि best practices क्या हैं. दुनिया की बहुत organizations हैं, Pasha is one of them, वो लोग भी है बेशुमार पाकिस्तानी एंड इंटरनेशनल जो इस तरह के इवेंट्स एक्टिविटीज़ करते हैं कि आपने कैसे बेहतर यूज़ करना है. सो आई थिंक इट इज़ मोर ऑफ अ कोलेबरेटिव क्राउड सोर्स्ड. हम सब ने आपस में एक दूसरे से ही सीखना है बिकॉज ये कहीं पढ़ाया नहीं जाता और बाय द टाइम ये पढ़ाया जाएगा वो ऑब्सोलीट हो जाएगा, नई टेक्नोलॉजी आ जाएगी. अब हमारे शायद करिकुलम में फेसबुक आने लगेगा तो स्नैपचैट आ गया और मॉनिटरिंग भी पॉसिबल नहीं है. अब स्नैपचैट वैसे ही आप टाइम सेट कर सकेंगे कब इवेपोरेट कर जाना कॉन्टेंट ने. सो यू नीड टू एक्चुअली इनकलकेट द गुड द बैड स्टफ के गुड और बैड में डिफ्रेंशिएट कैसे करना है, वो अच्छाई और बुराई की डिफ्रेंशिएशन बच्चों को बतानी है. उसके बाद टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म we need to be agnostic of that. It will change and it will continue to change. कल को स्मार्ट कार्स आ जाएंगी, फ्लाइंग टैक्सीज आ रही हैं दुबई में इस साल के अंदर. थिंग्स विल चेंज. हमें नहीं पता नेक्स्ट 10 years में क्या टेक्नोलॉजी आएगी. सो वी नीड टू बी अवेयर ऑफ कि हमने लोगों को तंग नहीं करना. वो फंडामेंटल्स वही होने, हम साए को तंग नहीं करना, रिश्तेदार को तंग नहीं करना, मतलब द फंडामेंटल्स आर द सेम कि बड़ों की रिस्पेक्ट करनी है, छोटों को जो है प्यार से बात करनी है. आई थिंक दैट इज़ एग्जैक्टली द फंडामेंटल्स जो कि हमें ऑनलाइन भी प्रैक्टिस करने हैं. And we need to be more aware of other people's privacy as well. कि ये ना हो कि मैं किसी को check in कर दूँ अपने साथ और वो ना चाहता हो. So we need to be cognizant of that fact as well. कि मैंने भी एक तस्वीर ली और उसमें वो साथ था तो मैंने उसको भी check in कर दिया. I should ask permission कि क्या मैं ये कर दूँ, क्या मैं आपकी तस्वीर अपलोड कर दूँ, आपको प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है. That just one gesture completely minimizes all the जो आप बात कर रहे हैं probably misuse of emotions. So I think fundamentals वही हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी टूल्स प्लेटफॉर्म्स बदलते रहेंगे बट हमें अडेप्ट करना है एंड वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट दैट चेंज. और एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ जो है हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में, हम अनलर्न करने को तैयार नहीं हैं, हम सिर्फ लर्न करके बस वहीं रह जाते हैं. आई थिंक वी नीड टू अनलर्न एंड रीलर्न. दिस प्रोसेस नीड्स टू कम इनटू आवर, वी नीड टू एम्बेड दैट इनटू आवर किड्स कि ये चीज़ें जो आज हम आपको बता रहे हैं ये चेंज होंगी. सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड टू अनलर्न एंड देन रीलर्न. आई थिंक दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट एज वेल.
Okay, my question is just not for the panelists, for everyone. I think the most important thing we have to think is the good, ugly, and bad side of our own selves, rather than just the social media. So shouldn't we be more accountable of ourselves before asking this question to social media?
Janara, Moni, anyone? Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. I
that's
think we've said that already, that we should be accountable to ourselves. And also we should be making people aware, whether it's younger people or ourselves, that look, whatever values and principles you follow in real life, in your relationships, in your interactions with people, that's the same policy that you should adopt online as well. So one of the things, Moni, that you said earlier that I wanted to also share with you, because you don't use social media as much, you've already said you don't, is that now a lot of people are sharing a lot of things on social media. So if people are depressed, suffering from depression, they are writing blogs about it to say, listen, you're not the only one. I suffer from depression, this is how I handle it. People who have cancer or diseases, people who have family who's dying, they want support, they're looking for support from friends and people online. So yes, there is a lot of fancy good stuff, holidays, things they're eating, but there's also things that that are real out there in the world that people are sharing now. So
No, I was only talking about Facebook when I said that.
no, Facebook also. There's a lot of stuff on Facebook now. But yeah, people want to remember, why did they watch movies in the old days? And movies that were sort of totally unreal. It's because they want to escape from the cruelties and the tragedies of the real world just for a little while, just to sort of become sane again and then go back to the real world. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Let's just one question, the lady over here, and then somebody over here. Right?
My question is, over few decades actually, the reading habit has declined, specifically in the young generation. As Ishfaq Ahmed has rightly said कि कुछ अरसे में किताबें नायाब हो जाएंगी और म्यूजियम्स में मिलेंगी. So what do you think? Because of these distractions, the reading habit has declined. So what kind of impact, according to all of you, the declining reading habit is going to produce on the young generation in the presence of all these distractions?
When I said earlier
You've already
today that
answered
I
that as
thought
well.
that reading habits, people have stopped reading books, and I was corrected and I said no, that they're read in a different format now. I was referring to two friends of mine who are here at this seminar, and they were talking, they're both readers, and they are both also, one of them is a journalist, and they said that started books, they haven't been able to finish them. Not because they were boring or whatever. They said, I found it very interesting, but I just cannot read something 300 pages long. I think it depends on various people. Some people can, some people can't. But I think generally, book reading, I think in markets in the West also, it's declining.
I think we need to ask, एक और चीज़ जो next generation में I think डालने की ज़रूरत है, we need to challenge the status quo as well. Why do we read books? We want to improve ourselves. We want more knowledge. We want more wisdom. So, is books the only source to get that? Or is there a better source? Or is there a different source? I think we need to be more open to all these things because I'm not sure आपको पता है कि नहीं, but पिछले एक हफ्ते में scientists ने they have been able to download knowledge into human brain. So things will change. So you might want to just get 1,000 books download in the next 2 minutes. I think we need to understand and challenge the status quo that dimensions are changing. There are new dimensions coming in. So maybe it's not bad to not read books. I think we need to be open to that point.
That is so depressing, but I'm going over here.
And just a disclosure, I haven't ever read a book. So,
Okay. Hi, I'm sorry if it already has been talked about, but what about the relationships? I think relationships are just getting messed up now because a few days back, Facebook was actually throwing a status I put back a couple of years back. It said that I have a couple of hundred Facebook friends, but not even a single friend around. So I was thinking that it's very true in terms of social media. I have a couple of hundreds of Instagram followers, but I can't really say if they're my friends. Relationships are getting messed up. We're not connected with our relatives, with our family, friends. We are actually just socially connected. Is that true? And how can we overcome that?
So I think it's
Kashi.
मेरे ख्याल से ये कुछ अरसे ऐसा होता है कि आप जब सोशल मीडिया पे शुरू में आते हैं फेसबुक और ट्विटर, तो अचानक से आप जो है फैमिली से दूर होते हैं, दोस्तों से दूर होते हैं, लेकिन कुछ अरसे बाद आप रियलाइज़ करते हैं आई एम अ ब्लॉगर, मेरा एक तवील अरसा ब्लॉगिंग में गुजरा है, लेकिन मैं सोशल मीडिया जो है वो 2 से 3 घंटा दिन में यूज़ करता हूँ. बाकी मैं ऑफिस में अगर होता हूँ तो ऑफिस का काम कर रहा होता हूँ, या अगर घर पे होता हूँ, डिनर पे होता हूँ अपनी फैमिली के साथ, या कहीं आउटिंग कर रहे होते हैं, तो हम जो है सोशल मीडिया इस्तेमाल नहीं करते. तो ये आपको अपने ऊपर जो है ट्रेन करना होगा, अपने ऊपर जो है कोई मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, तो आप इससे निजात पा
For
लेंगे.
instance, if you have a cousin, you'll know all about her life through her Facebook pictures, but you wouldn't actually
Just
go
one
into...
question per person. Sorry.
So may I add
short
to,
on time.
yeah, may I
Please
add to
gentlemen
this?
over
I
Yes.
think it depends on different people. So I have 30,000 friends on Twitter or Facebook. I don't know all of them. They're not all my friends. They're somehow connected because they want something from me, whether it's news, whether it's news regarding events, whether it's knowledge regarding various things that I talk about. But at the same time, I have not lost touch with my real friends, okay, or my real family. I use social media to keep connected to them. I also use social media like WhatsApp to arrange gatherings and meetups with them. So I think it's really up to you how you use social media.
अच्छा, इसको मैं ऐड करूं, मेरे स्कूल के फ्रेंड्स बहुत सारे ऐसे थे जिनसे मैं कनेक्ट नहीं था. अब मैं 10 साल बाद उनसे सोशल मीडिया की वजह से कनेक्ट हुआ. वो ये तस्वीर कहीं देख ली, उनको पहचान लिया, उनको फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट भेजी, और सोशल मीडिया के ज़रिए फिर उनसे दोबारा इंटरेक्शंस हुआ स्कूल के फ्रेंड्स से जो आपके खो जाते हैं.
Assalamu alaikum. So my question is that good things are fine, but how can we prevent our young generation from the ugly parts of social media? Either it is a responsibility of parents, or there are some rules, or we will restrict some sites. That is my question.
You see, since it's open and it's accessible easily, there were days when there was no telephone, and you used to go visit family members. You used to interact with them, sit with them. Sort of that sort of feeling was there. Phone came in, you would call, hello, kya haal hai, Khuda Hafiz, you will not go to Karachi to sort of see them. And then social media came in, person sitting next to you, you will not talk. You will say, wait a minute, I'm gonna, मैं अभी share कर रहा हूँ तुमसे WhatsApp. तो वो virtual आ तो गया है, लेकिन आपने जो कहा है कि सिखाना हर दौर में टेक्नोलॉजी तो आ जाती है, सीखना फिर हम बार बार वही बात रिपीट हो रही है कि वो अपने से स्टार्ट होता है. You have to control yourself, you have to educate yourself, and it's not that difficult. any technology, whether it's any gadgetry, whether it's social media or any tool, can be used, can be misused, and can be used effectively. So there are both sides to it.
Just a quick.
I think, an educator's point of view, right? That's what he's sort of.
No,
Sorry,
he's-
आपका पहला point क्या था इनका?
Personal.
How to keep them from, how to protect them from the ugly side of social media.
अगली साइड तो मेरा ख्याल है हर चीज़ की है, उससे प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए अवेयरनेस सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. आई थिंक वी नीड टू बी अवेयर कि इसके क्या क्या गलत यूजेस हो सकते हैं. एंड आई थिंक मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग जो हमने शायद बात नहीं की, एक मिस की है इस पूरी कॉन्वर्सेशन में. आई थिंक हमें नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को पहले हम डिक्टेट करते थे कि ये वालदैन ने ये कहा है और बच्चे ने ये करना है. आई थिंक वी नीड टू नाउ टॉक. इट इज़ अ बाई डायरेक्शनल रिलेशनशिप. सो बच्चों के साथ आप बात करने की ज़रूरत है. यू नीड टू बी फ्रेंड्स विद देम, यू नीड टू टॉक थ्रू देम कि ये चीज़ें क्या हैं और इनको कैसे इनसे बचना है या इनको कैसे यूज़ करना है. यू जस्ट कांट डिक्टेट. आई थिंक वी नीड टू इवन गो बैक एंड चैलेंज दैट स्टेटस को कि ये डिक्टेशन नहीं चलेगी.
I think
मेरे
we
ख्याल
have sort of gone over our deadline here. So
You might want to take one last
two,
question.
two,
Yeah.
two last questions since they've been really at it. Sorry, just come back.
I just want to, I have quite a lot of questions, but I will just
Quick,
go
one
with
question,
one. I see on Twitter there are a lot of hashtags coming on, like, different parties, they bring on the hashtag and their followers, they're like, okay, we need to put this hashtag up. And this goes into user behavior. Internet is free because through the advertisers, it remains free. So the user behavior, they use it to study how the different users behave, So how it goes at the back end of what we are doing on the social media. So is there any policy making? Do we see that coming up, that we will remain free and not be, bound by the advertisers who pay to put up sometimes hashtags, sometimes advertisements?
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
one
we have to wrap
thing.
up.
Yeah.
Your question.
Facebook
and
got a
then
lot of
one over
slack
here, the
because
last
of
two
the Donald Trump,
Sorry,
the
could you-
elections.
yeah.
So how does that all come into play for us in
We'll take
Pakistan?
both questions together so that they'll answer them.
So, just on the ugly side a bit, and obviously that's politics. and
सारी
how
सारी
social
अगली बात
media-
करना चाह रहे हैं.
social media the political parties use it. I see PTI takes enormous pride in bringing enlightenment to the youth and to the common man. But at the same time, when you see viral videos of their leaders going viral all over, which are very synonymous with the tone of Donald Trump, I don't see any sincere apologies rendered to the people who they proclaim to have enlightened.
Politics
Rather
first.
political.
यहाँ पे,
The first one.
जी,
first?
politics first.
Politics first.
जी.
All right, but quick.
जी.
Yeah, let's be
Is there
quick.
sort
And I'm glad that you asked this question right after the session. So, short answer to this. If you talk about PTI, we have a code of conduct for social media. And that was made way before we went viral like anything. On any aspect. Talking about leadership, I think that explanation is very much there. If you're referring to those cricket terms, you go to any cricket club, they would use it. And, oh, he said it in Punjabi, sounds very bad, says per teacher. But had he said it in English, marginal players, average players, would have sounded so cool to you. So,
All right, no,
no, right.
I think this is more about accountability on social media.
Yes,
having
that's the
having
code of-
been on the
yeah.
receiving end of PTI trolls, I can also say that I did not know that there were any code of conduct for PTI trolls at all.
And the first.
अच्छा नहीं, sorry,
No,
sorry.
that's
एक-
where we're
This is
going to make
news
it
to
viral
me.
again,
I
sorry.
relish this news. I had no idea.
मैं being a neutral
Brother,
थोड़ा सा मैं एक चीज़ ऐड कर दूँ. I think the more important thing we need to realize is कि anyone who says on their status कि मैं PTI का supporter हूँ,
Yeah, doesn't
ज़रूरी नहीं कि वो
mean-
PTI को follow कर रहा हो in terms of their social media पे. Just नहीं, but you don't know कि PTI की official policy क्या है या किसी भी party की. So जो भी कोई party
Office
supporter
bearer
है,
है
एक तो
कि
वो
नहीं?
है, sorry, but I think
Sorry,
on
they're
the
asking
Twitter,
us to.
जी, on the Twitter
back up.
thing, जो एडवर्टाइजिंग जो आपको फ्री मिल रहा है सारा कुछ वो इसीलिए मिल रहा है कि वो आपको एडवर्टाइजिंग करके दिखा के तो पैसे बना रहे हैं. सो यू आर नॉट सर्टनली गेटिंग अवे फ्रॉम दैट, रादर आपको रीमार्केटिंग ज़्यादा होगी. So in short, you
मैं
get more
यहाँ
of
पे,
ads.
दो
And,
चीज़ें
and,
add
and
करना
somebody needs
चाहूँगा.
to answer the previous question as well. Yeah?
I need to ask.
He has also.
कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट से आप कुछ भी कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. सोशल मीडिया भी और पीटीआई का सोशल मीडिया भी. लीडर्स को अपने वर्कर्स को एजुकेट करना पड़ेगा कि आपने सोशल मीडिया पर कैसे परफॉर्म करना है. कितनी दफ़ा खान साहब आके उन्होंने टीवी पर ये कहा है कि सोशल मीडिया पर आपने ऐसे परफॉर्म नहीं करना. ठीक है, कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट आप बना देते हैं, वो कहाँ है मैंने नहीं देखा, किसी ने नहीं देखा. लेकिन जब लीडर बात करता है तो फिर उसका एक रिएक्शन होता है. एक चीज़. और दूसरी चीज़ मैं ये समझता हूँ, सोशल मीडिया का कोई बटन नहीं है जिसको आप लगा के आप बंद कर देंगे. ठीक है, आपके पास ऑप्शंस हैं, प्राइवेसी सेटिंग है, आप उसके तहत जो अच्छी चीज़ नहीं लग रही है आप उसको ब्लॉक कर दें, जो करना है करना है.
Thank you. I think हम बहुत ज़्यादा आगे जा चुके हैं. Thank you so much, people, for this.